This is an advanced video on some of the optional things you can do in Flight Simulator. This one is on using the map feature in Flight Simulator and changing weather conditions, doing a lot of things from inside Flight Simulator. So first of all, let's go through some of the things up here at the top of Flight Simulator. If we first go to Flights, click on Flights, you'll see that right here the very first thing is Load. So if you wanted to load up one of the saved flights that we've already created or that you've created, you can click on Load and it will go up here and you'll see this very familiar Saved Flights window where you can go and click on Save Flights. We're going to cancel and go back. If you're wanting to, like we're loaded up now in Centennial Airport in Denver, if I wanted to save this one to come back to and use later, you can click on Save and it'll ask you, what do you want to call it? You just name it and then click on OK and it'll save it. What else we got? Flight Planner you don't really need here, and then we've got in-flight and exit. Over here to aircraft, we can actually go in, click on Select Aircraft, and that takes us back to the window where we can select, you know, whatever aircraft, so we can change aircraft right in the middle of a flight if we want to. And you can change your fuel, payload. Some of these things you don't want to mess with, realism settings. In World, you can go in here, click Time and Season, you know, and this goes back to this window that we looked at earlier where you can change the time of day, the season, the month. So you can change all of the times in there. If you just want to go to a different airport, you can click on Go to Airport, and that brings up our Select Airport menu, where you can go in, select any airport you want anywhere in the world. Now here's one that's really handy, and Paul really likes, Paul Franz. And if you click on Map, this brings up a map of where we're located. Here's Denver, we're at Centennial. Here's the airplane here. It's real hard to see. So what you want to do is, here's some controls up here. Here's a zoom. We can zoom in and see that we're sitting on the north end of this airport. Let's say that we wanted to go up, and you can, to move this map around so you can get a better view. If you move your cursor up here, see this arrow change? When I click, that'll move it up. So you can move it down, you can move it right, left, whatever. Let's say we wanted to go up and try a landing at this little airport right here. What do we got? Buckley and Aurora. You can go down here at our little airplane that you can probably barely see, and if click and hold the mouse button, now we've got to grab that airplane. We can move it up here, and we were setting on the ground, which wouldn't be good for making an approach. So our altitude right now is 5,800 feet. Let's say we want it 2,000 feet above the ground, so that would be 7887. So let's click up here. I'm going to hit delete, put in 7. And we want it at 7,000 feet. We'll keep the heading the same. And our airspeed at 3 miles an hour, we're going to be dropping out of the sky. So let's make it 90. Okay, now when we click OK, our airplane is going to be up here at this altitude, at this heading, and at this speed, hopefully. It'll take a minute to load that up. I'll have to be ready to give it some fuel here. Give it some throttle as soon as it loads up. There we go. And there's the airport. Let me give it some fuel. I'm going to hit pause here, but there's that airport that we showed on our map. And here let's just zoom in a little. Oh, nope, zoom out so you can see this a little better. Yeah, there's the airport. Now this one right here, this is the one that we wanted to take a look at. So it's right where we put it to. So this map feature is real handy if you're working with some folks and when they want to shoot an approach. Well, you can grab this, move the airplane out to the end of a runway, click OK, make sure your altitude's right, your airspeed's about right. And you can just move it around wherever you want, click OK, and you're set. What else we got up here? Yes, we can go in and change the weather from in here, like we did before. And real world weather updated every 15 minutes would be the one you'd want to select to get what the weather really is, because that keeps updating. This will load it once and then it won't update. But as you can see, you can go in here and change your different weather, whatever you want. Fair weather's a good one. Have to hit the, whoops. See that altimeter is set incorrectly. Press the B key. There, did you see that dial change down here? You might have missed it. When I hit the B key, it changed my barometric pressure automatically and set the altitude correctly. And right now we don't have autopilot or anything set, so I'm flying on my own. Anything else under world? No, that's about it. Options. This is where you can do your instant replay when you make a landing. You can change the simulation rate, but you can speed things up here if you would ever want to, which probably wouldn't do very often. About the only thing you'd use under options here would be instant replay. If you clicked on instant replay, default is you're going to go back 60 seconds and replay that. And this is going back and playing 60 seconds before. This is nice when you've done a landing and you can see it counting down the seconds. It's down to 44. If you want to stop this replay, you can hit escape and it'll stop it. Let's do that. And it'll stop in paused mode. Then hit P to unpause it and you're back to real flying. So this is a lot of fun to show people when they make a landing. You can go back to instant replay, and you might want to change this to maybe 90 seconds or to go back a little farther. Views, about the only thing you use here is to go in when you want to pull up at one of the different panels. And that's about it. You can get into the Learning Center from here. And add-ons, pretty much nothing in there that you're interested in at this point. So that's some of the optional features that you've got with Microsoft Flight Simulator.